right here on FS1. So let's head over, check in with Colin this morning. Hey, Colin, what's in the show?
Well, it may be Tua time in Miami, but it's rip it down to the studs time in Dallas. Said it last week. This is a rebuilding team. They just don't want to admit it in Dallas. That's coming up.
Whew. Colin, thanks. As you mentioned, the Dolphins are ready for Tua time. According to a report, Tagovailoa will start for Miami when they return from their bye week, and Ryan Fitzpatrick will be the backup. This past Sunday against the Jets, the 5th overall pick saw his first action since a hip injury cut his career at Alabama short almost a year ago. Shannon, is this a good move or a bad move?
It's a shock move for me, Skip. You and I talked about it. I think we talked about it the other day, and I said, well, Ryan Fitzpatrick is winning, and he's playing really well. I think he's 7th in QBR, and he's played extremely well over the last several weeks. So I was, and I was like, I would be shocked if they made this move, and I still am. I'm in shock that they made this move, Skip. And I understand that on the bye week gives them an extra week to prepare, and they're going to be at home when they do get back. But I'm surprised by this, considering they still have a chance to win this division.
They're game back.
But they're basically saying, nope, it's now. We're going to Tua.
Fitzmagic had just won 3 of 4 games.
Yes.
He had destroyed the 49ers with a QBR of 99, scale of 0 to 100.
Yes.
And yet I have been campaigning for them just to elevate the kid. If you spent the 5th pick on him and you say he's 100% healthy, let him play.
Right.
Maybe to the detriment of the 2020 Dolphins, but to the advantage going forward.
Right.
So he gets just a little bit of mop-up duty, throws 2 passes, 1 out of his end zone. Looked okay, and I'm also pleasantly shocked that Brian Flores said, okay, let's go with it.
Skip, I thought he could possibly see action by week 8, but it was because they were going to be doing bad, and then you would have no choice but to go to him. I didn't expect him to be 3-3 and 5th, and as you mentioned, Ryan Fitzpatrick has been playing unbelievable. And to make this move now, I'm surprised. But like you said, he's the 5th pick in the draft. The doctors have greenlit him, says he's 100% healthy.
What they say. My only skepticism is he was throwing to a track team of receivers at Bama, because it's Judy and Ruggs and Devontae Smith is there now, and Jalen Waddle, and that Mechie kid. Every time I look up, he's behind somebody catching a bomb.
Yes.
Well, when you got that much firepower, it's hard to be bad, right?
It is. So I mean, they got Devontae. They still got some guys that can play. You know, Gesicki, the tight end. Yeah. They got Parker, who can make plays. They got another kid. I forget his name. A little receiver.
Yep.
Hakeem.
Yeah.
Jakeem Grant. But, Skip, I'm surprised by this. I really am. I really am surprised, considering they're 3-3. They're game of back out of first place in the AFC East, and Fitzmagic has been playing so well. So I'm surprised by this. But Brian Flores, obviously the head coach, says, I've seen enough. The kid is ready. Let's go.
Well, he's not going to say, let's go win the East. I think he's going, let's go win the future.
I guess he believes they can win the East also, Skip. I believe he believes they can win. Skip, why else would you make this move?
I just don't think Tua is ready to win the East.
I think he's ready.
Yeah.
I think he's ready. He's going to show you that he's the best quarterback in this draft.
And considering his journey,
I doubt
back
that.
to this point when he was FaceTiming with his family, this is a big deal for Tua.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching it. It's exciting. That is it for Undisputed. Good stuff today, guys. We're back same time tomorrow morning. The Herd is on right now.
Cowboys aren't good.
First place in the NFC East with their 2-4 record, which means everyone in the division is still within striking distance. The 1-4-1 Eagles face the 1-5 Giants on Thursday night here on Fox, and a win there could move Philly back into the driver's seat in the race for the playoffs. So, Shannon, who wins the NFC East, and what is their final record?
Skip, it shouldn't be. There are 6 teams that have the exact same record or better than the entire division of the NFC East.
Correct.
That shouldn't happen 6 weeks into a regular season where one team has as many victories as an entire division. That being said, 6 wins, probably 7 is going to win this division. The Eagles could really win this division and at 6-9-1. Skip, people keep talking about the Cowboys' injuries, but the very injuries that the Cowboys have, the Eagles have been dealing with all year. They played the lion's share of this season without their 3 best wide receivers. Now Zach Ertz is gone down. Miles Sanders is out of the ballgame. Lane Johnson is out. Barrett is out. And Jason Peters, the guy they were counting on to play left tackle, is now out. So their 3 best linemen, their 3 best receivers, and their running back, and the tight end. Can you imagine, just imagine, say, you know what, the next 2 weeks, Andy Dalton, you're going to be without CD, Gallup, Zeke, and Amari, and the offensive line, and you're not getting Zach Martin back. How many games do you think the Cowboys win? At least, to give the Eagles credit, Skip, given what they've gone through, is that they're continuing to fight. Now, look at who they lost to. They lost to the Steelers, undefeated. They lost to the Ravens, 1 game. And they're arguably 2 of the best defenses in football.
Yep.
And they put 26, 27 on Pittsburgh, and I think they had, 28 on Baltimore. Not bad. But given where they are in the state of this division, with the quarterback play, Skip, I don't see how anybody gets to be 500 in this division. So I'm going to say the Eagles win the division at 6-9-1 or 6-9-1. Because I'm looking at their schedule, Skip, and they got to win these next 2 games.
Yep.
They got to beat the Giants.
And the Cowboys.
And the Cowboys, yes.
That's on Sunday night.
Yes.
So you got Thursday night, Sunday night. So
you get a nice little break to heal up. Hopefully they can get Sanders back in that time. It says Zach Ertz is going to be gone for about 3 or 4 weeks. They're supposed to get D-Jack back. I don't know.
I think he's going to play Thursday.
Right,
That's what they said.
They're supposed to get him back. I don't know about Alshon, and I don't know when Rager's coming back. Yep. But they need to win this game here and then heal up and get ready for the Cowboys. I think that's a Sunday night game, Skip. But to think somebody's going to get a home playoff game, Skip, and they're probably not going to be 500 is kind of embarrassing.
So this is a case for which the commissioner should be given power to disqualify a division and give the wild card somewhere else. Give it to the NFC West. Because somebody's going to get eliminated in the NFC West that will deserve to be in the playoffs far more.
Everybody might be above 500 in the NFC West.
Thank you. This is all-time embarrassing. I told you to open the show. I'm embarrassed for my team that it's even in this division, because this division allows them to barely stay afloat when they shouldn't be able to. If it weren't for the NFC least, maybe Jerry Jones would be thinking about firing Mike McCarthy already. He might be, because it would be so over that he'd say, gee, we easily could be 0-6. Instead, they're 2-4, and they're still in first place in the least. The truth is about this division, and I think you would agree with this, it hasn't even started yet. If you're going to give me a credible champion from this division, we're actually going to talk about somebody's going to win it and make the playoffs with a home game. Right. Well, the truth is it has not begun yet. Right. It's just now starting with these division clashes, if I can put quotes around clashes, Thursday night and Sunday. Obviously, you got Giants at Eagles here on Fox, and then you got Cowboys at the Washington football team on Sunday. It used to be a rivalry, no more, because it's a pathetic matchup of bad football teams. Bad football team. Okay. I'm going to hang in with my team because my team still has the easiest remaining schedule. And to me, your team, the Eagles, has the toughest remaining schedule. I believe in my heart of hearts that right here, right now, your team is still a little bit better than my team because your defense is a lot better than my defense. I agree. I still have my 3 wide receivers healthy, so that means I always have some kind of chance. Right. And we're going to talk more about Andy Dalton later. But the only silver lining for me last night was Andy Dalton got the equivalent of extended preseason action in a blowout. All that happened was he got to actually, against a decent defense, he actually got a bunch of reps in the blowout where he's trying to figure out, oh, Gallup does that. Or, oh, Amari likes that route a lot. And I got a sense that we're on a good wavelength on this route. So he's smart enough, he's been around enough that maybe he started to figure some things out last night. So maybe it wasn't all for naught. Okay. You said yesterday, Andy Dalton's the best quarterback in the division. Well, he's definitely the best backup quarterback. Right. He did not play overall great last night. Skip, that's not an not an endorsement of Andy Dalton. No, it's an indictment of Carson Wentz, the guy that you love. And Danny Dimes and Haskins or Allen or whomever else may be the quarterback in that division. So I'm going to say it again. I am not writing off the New York Football Giants. I'm not, because they still have a decent football team given the lack of competition in this division. Right. So it will not surprise me if they they make a run. And by the way, they're only a game out of first as we sit right now, right?
Well, considering they got one win and the team that's leading the division has two.
I got it. Okay, and they barely survived for the one win because Washington went for two to win the game,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Yes.
So this is the division you don't watch. You rubberneck this division, right? You watch it like it's a car wreck. Okay, so my Cowboys, what is going to happen? They're going to get Randy Gregory back. I love Randy Gregory. I hope he can stay eligible for the rest of the year. He's had all kinds of issues with